Hi everybody. So we have been talking about sharing things equally, and in class we talked about sharing sandwiches. So now I'm going to share some Little Debbie cakes. So if I have two people sharing three, I want you to think about that situation. So I have two people and then three Little Debbie cakes. So there are more Little Debbie cakes than people. So think about, are they going to get more or less than one? So I could also draw a picture showing this. So I'm going to draw my three Little Debbie cakes. And the first person will get one whole one. So I can think about that here. The second person will get a whole one. And then I'll have one left that I need to split equally. So I'm going to cut it in half so that they will each get 1.5. So we could write this as because we are sharing 3 cakes, that comes first. So 3 divided by the 2 people, so that means they're each going to get 3 halves. So I could divide it up like this, and I know that 3 halves would be the same thing as 1.5. So another way to write 3 halves would be 1.5. And I also could have divided it just into halves like this. And then I would show that each person is getting one piece from each of these. So I can count that that's a total of 3 halves. So I'm going to kind of just demonstrate that here. So I'm going to, person 1 gets this one, person 2 gets this one, and then we're going to split this in half. And so now they will each get 1.5 of these Little Debbie cakes. Now the second problem, we're going to say that we have 3 people sharing these 2. So now that I've got 3 people sharing these 2, I have less Little Debbie cakes. So my equation is going to be 2 and then divided by the 3 people. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these up like that. I'm going to cut it into thirds. And that, I'm not cutting too good there, but I want to think of this as being equal pieces. So that means that my 2 people sharing, it's 3 people sharing 2. So I've got the 2 here, I've split it up into thirds. So the first person would get one of these, the second person gets one of these, and then the third person. Then on the next one, the first person would get one, the second person gets one, and then the third person. So that means that they're each going to get 2/3. So my marker is messing up, but I think you get the point here. So they're each going to get 2/3. And if I drew a picture of that, I would draw my 2 Little Debbie cakes, then divide it into thirds, and then each person's going to get one piece from each one of these. So they would each get 1/3, and then they'd each get 1/3 of this one. So together 2/3. Alright, so you're going to have some more questions like this. And just be sure what you're sharing comes first, then divide it by how many you're sharing with.